This is your daily news report as of Monday, September 13th. The $3.5 trillion spending bill, it might actually fall apart. Democratic Senator Joe Manchin is standing in its way. I'll let you know what Manchin said on Sunday and what he wants. And it might affect parents that are receiving the child tax credit payments. The IRS is sitting on 8.5 million unprocessed tax returns. In previous years, tax refunds, they were being processed in 21 days, with many people receiving it much faster. Now, tax refunds are taking 120 days. With the $3.5 trillion spending bill, the Democrats will be giving citizenship to 8 million unauthorized immigrants. That's unless the Senate parliamentarian says that this is not allowed. I'll let you know the most recent tax proposals on how the Democrats want to pay for the bill. The chief of the United Nations issued a warning that the world is moving in the wrong direction. I'll let you know why he's saying this. President Biden's mandates are receiving criticism. People are saying that it's government overreach, it's unconstitutional, and the Republicans are saying that they're going to sue. This is your Monday news, and I hope you're having a very nice day. Regarding the $3.5 trillion spending bill, there's a big problem. The Democrats are trying to pass the bill without the Republicans. In order to have enough votes, the Democrats can only afford to lose 3 votes in the House of Representatives, and they can't afford to lose a single Democratic vote in the Senate. In other words, every Democrat in the Senate needs to vote yes. However, 2 Senate Democrats are saying that they're going to vote no to the bill. On Sunday, Democratic Senator Joe Manchin said that his vote is a hard no if the bill is going to cost $3.5 trillion. Manchin said, "We've already spent $5.4 trillion, and we've tried to help Americans in every way possible. And a lot of help is still on the way until next year in 2022. So what's the urgency? What's the urgency that we have?" Senator Joe Manchin said that he would vote yes to the bill if the cost was reduced from $3.5 trillion to $1.5 trillion. Senator Bernie Sanders, who's the chair of the Senate Budget Committee and is also writing up the bill, is rejecting the idea of lowering the bill from $3.5 trillion to $1.5. Sanders said that he originally wanted the bill to be $6 trillion, so he already compromised by lowering it to $3.5. Democratic leadership is trying to pass this bill by September 27th. However, Senator Joe Manchin said there's no way that we can get this done by the 27th. Senator Manchin also gave his ideas on how to lower the cost of the bill. On Sunday, Manchin gave the idea of having a work requirement in order to receive the child tax credit payments. Manchin said, you want to help the children and the parents that are basically providing for those children. There's no work requirements whatsoever. There's no education requirements whatsoever for better skill sets. Don't you think if we're going to help the children that the people should make some efforts? The Progressive Democrats are accusing Senator Manchin of not wanting to help the children. Senator Manchin responded with, "I support child tax credits. I am trying to help the children." As of right now, the IRS is currently sitting on 8.5 million unprocessed tax returns. In previous years, it took about 21 days to receive your tax refund. If you e-filed and you had a very straightforward tax return, people are usually receiving their tax refund in about a week. Now the IRS says it's taking about 120 days to have your tax refund processed. So if you already received your tax refund, you can consider yourself lucky because a lot of people, they're going to be waiting on their tax refunds until next year. The IRS has hired 3,500 new employees. The IRS has been offering incentive pay and overtime, but they're still having trouble finding employees. The IRS had staffing goals, and they only achieved 63% of that goal. In political news, in the upcoming $3.5 trillion spending bill, the Democrats will be giving citizenship to 8 million undocumented immigrants. At first, the Democrats wanted to give citizenship to 11 million undocumented immigrants, but the Senate tightened their requirements in order for this provision to have a better chance of passing. As I mentioned earlier, this bill, it can pass without a single Republican vote. However, the Democrats will need permission from the Senate parliamentarian to include this into the bill. In the last stimulus package that the Democrats passed in March, without a single Republican vote, they tried to include a $15 minimum wage into the bill. However, the Senate parliamentarians said that was not allowed, so the Democrats had to remove that from the bill. The Democrats are hoping that Elizabeth McDonough, the Senate parliamentarian, will allow this provision to stay in the bill. Democrats from the Senate Judiciary and Budget Committees met with McDonough to see if their plan is in compliance. After that, the Republicans met with McDonough, stating their case why the Democrats' plan does not meet the requirements to be in the upcoming spending bill. Republican Senator John Cornyn said, "The Democrats' plan will almost surely not work, consistent with the rules of the Senate. But we'll see what happens, and I'll keep you updated." The politicians are still trying to figure out how they're going to pay for the $3.5 trillion bill. 2 additional suggestions have been given by Senate Finance Committee Chairman Ron Wyden. Wyden released 2 proposals that could be options for the Democrats. Senator Wyden and Senator Brown gave a proposal that would tax corporations for buying their own stock. So this is actually a big deal because one of the big reasons why the stock market has been going up is because corporations have been buying back their own stock, which drives up stock prices. Senator Brown said, instead of spending billions buying back stocks and handing out CEO bonuses, it's time that Wall Street paid for its fair share and reinvested more of that capital into workers and communities who made those profits possible. The second proposal given by Senator Wyden was to close tax loopholes that are considered abusive. However, no details were provided on the second proposal. Senator Wyden said that this proposal simply reduces complexity by closing loopholes that allow those at the top to pick and choose when and whether to pay tax. In international news, the chief of the United Nations issued a warning that the world is moving in the wrong direction and faces a pivotal moment. The chief said, if the world keeps continuing down this path, there's going to be a breakdown of global order and the future of perpetual crisis. We must reverse today's dangerous trends. The United Nations says that the world is under enormous stress on almost every front. The UN said that we're going to have to work together to combat climate change, poverty, hunger, gender inequality, the risk of nuclear war, inequality, and more. The United Nations said that there should be a wake-up call, demonstrating the failure of all nations to work together in the face of a global emergency. In current events, last week, President Biden issued new mandates, which we covered. One of the mandates was businesses with more than 100 employees must require that their workers get tested weekly. The chairman of the Republican National Committee, Ronna McDaniel, said Joe Biden told Americans when he was elected that he would not impose mandates. He lied. Now, some small businesses, workers, and families across the country will pay the price. Like many Americans, I am an anti-mandate. Many small businesses and workers do not have the money or legal resources to fight Biden's unconstitutional actions and authoritarian decrees. The Republican National Committee pledged to sue once President Biden's executive orders go into effect. Republican governors are also saying that Biden's mandates is government overreach and unconstitutional. Kristi Noem, the governor of South Dakota, said, South Dakota will stand up to defend freedom. Joe Biden, see you in courts. The governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp, said, I will pursue every legal option available to the state of Georgia to stop this blatantly unlawful overreach by the Biden administration. President Biden responded to the Republican governors by saying, this isn't a game. As you know, we're going through a labor shortage. These mandates are causing more people to quit across the country, and here's an example. Lewis County General Hospital in New York saw 30 people quit in protest of the mandate. The hospital took away the option to opt out of the religious exemption. Because of the shortage of employees, their hospital will no longer be able to deliver babies because they don't have enough staff. The hospital CEO said, the number of resignations leaves us no choice but to pause delivering babies starting on September 25th. The CEO said 464 employees in the Lewis County healthcare system but 165 that have not indicated that they're going to get before the September 27th deadline. And I wanted to leave you with this interesting analysis. I know that a lot of Americans are struggling right now. So if you still want to go on vacation, but you're not looking to go broke in the process, then Park Sleepfly has put together some interesting information for you. Park Sleepfly analyzed which vacation spots in the US are the most affordable and least affordable. They looked at many variables, such as the average price of beer, average restaurant meal cost, average hotel accommodations, etc. The number one destination of choice for most affordable vacation was Oklahoma City. Park Sleepfly said, Oklahoma City is not at the top of most people's bucket list for a dream vacation, but it's a great place to visit. They have rodeos, horseback riding, cattle herding and roping, and more urban pastimes as well. The report said that you can expect to get beer for $3, meals for $11, and hotels for $106. Number 2 on the list was Indianapolis, Indiana. Number 3 on the list was Tucson, Arizona. New York was ranked the most expensive, with beer at $8 and $309 for a hotel stay. Second most expensive was tied between San Francisco and Boston. That's the news for today. If you enjoyed today's report, please be sure to subscribe. I thank you for your support and I wish you a very nice day.